Alright, another update to the greenhouse. So, since my last video a month ago, there's a lot of growth, and we've actually had some setbacks. So the water temperature got probably is around 88 degrees. We ended up getting the brown roots, the root rot, I guess. So we ended up having to dump everything out. We lost everything in the everything that we had in the raft here. We had to take out and replace. We kept everything in the buckets though, and we ended up getting hydrogen peroxide and running that through a couple times. So but honestly, it seems like it's growing pretty well. Everything's fruiting. Some peppers, zucchinis are coming. They're the female flowers are there, just waiting for them to open. Our bean plant, we've already actually harvested off of this already. So and there's a bunch of beans again. We've got an eggplant coming. That flower's gonna fall off. We've got you know, every plant's got tomatoes on it. This is an heirloom, so it's kind of a weird looking thing. So this is our this is part of our chiller. So I ended up putting the chiller in. So the chiller keeps the water cool, and I found that if I actually set it at 66 degrees, by the time it makes it around like to the end, it's you know, around 68 degrees. So everything is, you know, 68 degrees or a little bit less, and that's perfect temperature for dissolved oxygen from what I've researched. So I've got there's jalapenos growing on this one. I have serranos growing. So even with that setback, everything's still doing well. We have some cucumbers here, another cucumber here. It's going to start. Here's another one, and another one. And I mean, these things are almost at the top of the greenhouse. This thing's taller than I am. It actually, I think, grew since this morning. It probably did. So I'll take you out back. I'll show you the chiller that I installed. I put it outside because I didn't want the heat of it coming back into the greenhouse, so it's cooler outside. So the chiller's out back. That's it. So that's the chiller. I put a tarp over it so it doesn't get wet. I don't know if it's supposed to get wet or not. One thing I read said it can be outside. Another thing said don't put it outdoors in the weather. So I have it outside. I even made a little filter for it, and because I didn't want the bugs getting all stuck in there. So you know, that's all working pretty well. I moved my Venturi out so the air. This is just some filter material so the bugs don't get sucked up into it and clog it. My Venturi, I moved it outside, so that's outside in the cooler air as well. Excuse me. It's just valving off. My pump is 2,400 gallons per hour, and I supposedly need around 600 gallons per hour for the chiller. It's a 1/2 horsepower chiller, so I ran the valves. I ran a bypass in there, so that way I'm still, you know, I can't tell exactly. I'm just guessing by the temperature coming out. So hopefully it's around 600 gallons per hour going through there. It seems to be working fine. And that's really. Oh, I put a shade cloth over. It was getting a bit too warm in there, so I had some wilting. And this was at the time when my water was getting to be 88 degrees, and so we had some issues. I had some ants coming in here, but I put ant traps in, and no more ants. I haven't had any aphids or any other issues with anything at all so far. So you know, everything's looking good. I'll make another video in a little while, I guess. All right, bye bye.